Good morning and welcome to Unity North Tampa. My name is Mindy and it is such a pleasure to be here with you this morning. So as we affirm love and light for you at home and all around the world, let's take a moment and take a deep breath. Closing our eyes, bringing our attention inside. Feeling our connection to our one divine mind. Right in our center, knowing divine presence is always here, right now. Feels good, right? It's one of my favorite things to do every morning, feel that connection. So in Unity, we do have 5 basic principles, and over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to go over those principles with you. And today we're going to start with number 1, all right? And the first principle is that there is only one power and one presence active in me and in the universe at all times. Me and you, right? God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. The one power, good. In me, in you, in your mom and dad, even your brothers and sisters. God, right there with them. We are connected to that one power. One of the reasons this is such a great principle for me, and principle, we're talking about a law, a rule, truth. It cannot change. It is forever there. There is only one power, good. Everything we see here, everything we're experiencing, everything that's brought out into this world comes from that one power, that one source, good. Cannot feel that way sometimes, right? When we see scary things, when we feel bad things, when there seems to be so much outer fighting and arguing and sides and this causes that and fear of this and anger, we get really caught up in looking at all the outside things. But what I want you to remember is that, think of it like this, like a math equation, all right? Now, some of you guys are starting to get up there in your math skills, and you know that there's certain rules, right? When you're doing more complicated formulas, you have to do things within the parentheses first. You multiply, then and divide. Then you do your addition and subtraction, right? There's rules, you have to follow it. So when you start at your beginning, if you have one miscalculation in there, say instead of 3 plus 2, you did 3 times 2. So that gave you a number of 6 instead of 5, right? So as you're doing this math, and you're working with that wrong number, the answer you get, your solution to your math equation that you get at the bottom, is gonna be off, right? It's gonna be wrong. It's not gonna be the exact it should have been if you would have followed all the right numbers all the way down. Doesn't mean that you weren't using the right formula. It doesn't mean that the formula is no good. It means that there was a little miscalculation. And it works the same way with us, right? We start from divine mind, we get an idea, and as that idea is coming out into expression, if we have a little false thought, like we're separate from God, or a little false thought like something else has power besides God, or a little false thought like I'm bad and sad, it's gonna come out in our expression that way. That's how we're gonna feel it, that's how we're gonna experience it. Doesn't mean that it didn't come from God. It means there was a miscalculation, right? Little mistake. And when you get caught up in looking at all of these things out there, it can get hard to recognize and remember what's real. God, good, only good. Only good can come forth. If we're not seeing it, if we're not feeling it, we go within and we connect to it. Breathe, let things go, and allow it to come forward. That good, that is always here, always present in everything. You know, there was a bank teller once, and this guy was asking him, like, how do you keep up with all these counterfeit bills? Do you know what counterfeit bills are? They're fake money. So sometimes people try and make fake money, right? And pass it off as real. So a bank teller has to be able to tell the difference between the real money and the fake money, because the fake money has no value, right? But there's all different types. They're coming out with all kinds of counterfeits all the time. This guy has one, this guy has one. How on earth could you possibly keep up with all the counterfeits? It just seems like it's too much information. That's all you're going to be doing is studying fakes. And that was when the bank teller explained, I don't study the fake. All I study is the real. Then I only have to study the one, right? Same thing with us. We don't have to look out here and try and figure out what rules this works and how to apply this there. We just have to come inside, feel our connection with our one, feel that presence of divine love, always here. Breathe, let go, and allow it to come forth, because God is always everywhere present, right in here, right in you, right in our friends, always. We can see it, we can feel it, and if we're not seeing it and we're not feeling it, just take a pause, come back in, and focus on the one, on the good, right? We got this. All of you guys can do this. I want you to make sure that when you are out in this world expressing these beautiful, imaginative, wonderful things that you're going to do in your life, that you are feeling that connection at all times with your one good source, divine love, God, universe, source. There are so many different names, but you know the feeling because you feel it inside. All right? You have a wonderful week this week. You focus on that one power. Don't allow yourselves to get distracted by the counterfeit. All right? All right. Thank you. Oh, let's bless you. Yeah? Okay. We love you. We bless you. You are a perfect expression of God.